with Exterior Pro Roofing in our shop in Southern Indiana, and in this video we're going to talk about flat roof repair options, and we're going to talk about one of our best options, which is a PVC recover of an old flat roof. So here's the basic idea. We're going to take sheets of reinforced PVC membrane and we are going to use it to recover your existing flat roof. Now this stuff is used a lot in new construction just because of its strength and durability, but it was designed to be used as a recover product. So this system has been designed, weighs about 1/4 pound per square foot, and we use it to recover existing roofs. Now some of you out there watching are thinking to yourself, now why in the world would I want to recover my old nasty existing roof? Why wouldn't I want to just tear it off and start from scratch? Well, there's several reasons why it makes sense to recover an existing flat roof as opposed to tearing one off. So the first of which is going to be money. A tear off is going to cost you quite a bit more money, to the tune of about 50% more than doing a recover. So if that didn't get your attention, maybe these next few points will, but it's very much a cost-effective flat roof repair option when you can do a recover. The second reason, or one of the reasons why it saves you so much money, is because of the insulation. Now roofing, I've got a bunch of mock-ups here. All these roofs could go bad, but the insulation underneath of them really won't go bad unless you just let it get totally saturated. So one of the #1 ways that a recover will save money as opposed to a tear off is you don't have to tear off the old insulation and start from scratch and rebuy insulation that you already have. So if it's not broke, don't replace it type deal. So you can leave the existing insulation in your flat roof. You could even add add insulation to your existing roof and get more R value out of your building, and then recover it all with a PVC membrane. So that's a great reason. The next one is the labor cost. So when you think about the amount of labor that you're going to spend on a flat roof repair project, the labor cost to tear off that old roof is going to go up substantially from doing a recover. So you're going to add the cost of the guys to tear off the roof, and then you're going to add the cost of the dumpsters to throw the old roofing away. So you've got two big ones right there that are recover. You just don't have those costs. Another one is going to be the time that it takes to do the tear off. So one reason why folks opt for a layover a lot is they don't want the building disruption. So a tear off can be a very disruptive process. There's a lot of noise, a lot of mess, dumpsters, trucks hauling in and out of garbage stuff. It's a bigger process, it's a more messy, it's a more disruptive process. A recover is simple, quick, there's no mess, there's minimal noise, it's business as usual as the building goes. So it's not a disruptive process, and that's a very attractive reason to not tear off your existing flat roof. The last one would be the exposure to the elements. So tearing off a flat roof, you just about have to have the weather be perfect if you're going to expose a flat roof. There's not really a good way to tarp a flat roof, especially a flat roof that runs the water to like an internal drain. If you get a rain shower during a tear off, man, you're in big trouble. So you about have to have perfect weather to tear off, whereas when you're doing a recover, you don't. So you open up the amount of time that you can roof, right? You have more roofing days in a year. So that's a very good thing about doing a layover as opposed to doing a tear off. Now, a lot of people ask me, they say, so we're interested in a layover, we want to do a recover with PVC, what type of roofs can you recover? And my answer is always the same. We can recover just about any type of roof. Right? So there's a couple requirements. We can't have them be wet, and we'll talk about some of those, but in a general sense, we can recover just about any type. I've got 4 mock-ups here with roofs that we commonly find in Southern Indiana. So I've got ballasted rubber, big Riverstone on it. I've got a roof with pea gravel on it. You'll see a lot of those on old shopping centers. We've got an asphalt, like a torch down or like a modified style roof. And then we've got a piece of rubber here. We see a lot of glued down rubber. Now all of these roofs can be recovered with the PVC membrane. Now what will change on these is the prep. So the overall install is going to be the same once we get them prepped, but the preparation to do the install is going to be a little bit different. So let me give you an example. For example, this rubber roof, we find an adhered rubber roof. Our PVC membrane is totally compatible with rubber. We can lay PVC right on top of rubber, no problem. We don't have to do any kind of separator sheet. It's compatible, not gonna have any problems. Now, asphalt, we can recover asphalt all day, but we have to separate the PVC from the asphalt. So we have to install like a 1/2 inch of insulation between the asphalt and the PVC in order to do this. So again, the membrane process is going to be the same, but the preparation will be different. Now these two roofs both have rock So the prep's going to be a little bit different for these as well. Now this big rock cannot stay. We cannot recover this great big rock. This is on a ballasted rubber roof. So what we'll do is we'll suck the rock off this roof with a big vac truck, but we can leave the rubber and we can leave the insulation there, and then we can recover that. Whereas like a tar and gravel style roof, we're going to leave on this rock. So this rock's going to be removed, this rock's going to be taken off. So the preparation's different. The overall install is pretty much the same. So what type of roof can we not recover? So let's talk about real quick what roof would mean that it's not, what would have to happen for a roof not to be recovered. And it's a couple of easy things to remember, right? So if your roof is soaking wet, if we can do a core cut, which is if we cut a hole into one of these roofs and we can squeeze water out of the insulation in a lot of different spots on the roof, you probably are not in the shape for a recovery. You're probably going to have to tear it off. So a wet roof should not be recovered, right? The next one would be if you have bad decking. We're not going to recover bad decking. So if we can walk around on your roof and we know that the metal decking underneath is rusted through, or that you have wood decking and it's in bad shape and it's rotten, we're not going to recover that. That's a tear-off roof there. That needs to be tore off and fixed before you can put some roofing on top of that. And then the third one would be we won't cover roofs that already have multiple roofs. If you've already got 2 or 3 layers of rubber, or maybe you had asphalt, then they rubbered it, then they rubbered it again, that would probably be a good candidate or a better candidate for a tear-off as opposed to a layover. But when it's done right and when it's done appropriately, a flat roof recover with a PVC membrane can be a great way to cut costs without cutting corners on your next flat roof repair project.